Welcome back to the shop and our little mini series here on the 03 Stunt Dyna. Today we are getting into a chain drive. So eliminating the belt. So quite a few things that have to come off, quite a few things that are going back onto it. So stick along for the ride. For the parts going onto this, kind of built somewhat of our own little kit. For the front, we are going with a PBI sprocket. For the rear, still up in the air yet, whether we're using our Super Sprockets or going with the Bung King sprocket. Our Cometic gasket kit, EK chain, 530 chain. We are going to be installing the Cruzy Originals axle lock kit. So quite a few things going on. First things first, we got our footrest and the bracketry for it. Need to take the shifter off, and then we can start getting into the primary. Then we'll start ripping apart the back end as well. All right, getting off the rear wheel, gotta take your cotter pins out, get the nut off. Another upgrade you could do to your Dyna here, getting swapped over to the newer bagger style rear caliper. The use of Ramjets, Ramjet Racing, their mount adapts to the newer caliper. Way better braking setup. You still stick with the 11.5 rear rotor. Really, really good setup. Quick tip for getting out the cotter pins, get your side cutters, grip it, and then pry on it coming up. It comes right out. Instead of trying to get the pins bent perfectly straight to pull it out, just use pure force. You replace them anyway. Yeah, that's all good. Got our little spacers. In the words of MX Revival, love tap. Yeah, it was rubbing. I knew it. You hear all the rocks on that thing? How'd rocks get on that?
I would say we're off to a rocky start.
I must ask you a question.
Oh, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Quick tech tip for you. If you don't know where all your bolts are going to go once you take them out, what I'll sometimes do is take out one and then either work clockwise or counterclockwise, lay them out in a row, and when you go back together, do the same thing. Put your first one in, work clockwise or counterclockwise, whichever one you decided on. We're going to do that. Probably going to also have to tidy up some of these bolts. We're already seeing them looking kind of crappy. So
It's just good practice.
it's good practice. It's good practice. Greasy. On this last one, we'll back it out just a little bit, leave it in there, pop the cover free, let the oil drain out. That way this isn't falling onto the ground. And then once we get majority of our oil out, pop that back out and take it off. Oh my God. A little schneedy. This should not have this much metal on it.
It couldn't have been anything you've done.
No. It was you. All right, so we've got the cover off. We need to remove all of this. So clutch, compensator, chain, that all comes off kind of as an assembly. We need to get our adjuster out of here. We need to get the shift shaft out. Be careful of these tabs. They've been known to break. 8mm on here, metric, kind of weird, but get all that off, keep rocking. Get your favorite big impact. Look at that. Wow. Regular thread for this, 1.5-inch socket. Sometimes these can be a little bit of a bear. The other bit of a bear is the one in there. Easy work. Components. Easiest to take it off as an assembly. It's gonna have to come off as an assembly. Grab here. Alakazam. These are always a bear. They're really tricky. They're magnets, so they're kind of in there pretty strong. Just be really careful when you take them off. Don't want to lose a finger or something. I don't know. I usually get 2 picks in there like that. Do one of those deals. There's probably a certain tool for it, but don't have that. We do got to get over access to this side. Got to get in at the starter. We're going to remove the 2 bolts that hold that in. That does hold to the inner primary, so we'll get them ripped out. You don't necessarily have to take the starter all the way out. You need to remove the bolts. A little, no, I just need it wiggled. Can you get that leaf out of there though? Did you get it?
Yes, I got it.
There's another one in there.
I'm working on it.
Come on, man.
All the leaves are out. Oh, that one's deep in here.
Yeah, get in there.
All right, so all of your bolts that hold on the inner primary do have the locking tabs. So we do got to straighten out the locking tabs. Then we can remove the bolts. All right, so you just got to make sure your starter is kind of wiggled back a little bit so it can separate from the primary, the inner primary, and then you do have your shift shaft. This will kind of slide out. It'll just kind of flop down, but this is now set to come off. There are dowels up there, so that's probably what that's getting hung up on. And then your bearing too sometimes can give you fits. Our next step, you got one of two options. To get the belt off, you can remove your shock and just whip it off that way. Other option would be to cut this thing off. So I don't know, I'm feeling a little lazy. We might just cut it because this is never gonna get used again, ever. Thing cut.
Get in there.
Pick a good one.
Give me, hold on.
Come on, man.
Just give me a
Figure
second.
it out.
Just give me a second. Oh, gosh.
Get your hand out of the way. Go ahead.
I'm getting there.
Take it easy.
Got it.
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful,
Sorry.
beautiful.
So we do the trash thing. Won't be needing this anymore.
All right, so we do got this little locking collar on the OEM shaft, so this doesn't need to come off. Obviously, see that kind of spins a little bit. They don't have a lot of torque on them, so you can just get them popped out. Well, all right, so this next part does kind of require a special tool. You can make these. One from Jim's here is a really good unit. It does come with the support that gets threaded on here. Because this is such a long socket, it does need that little bit of support when you're trying to wrench on this thing. So get that threaded on there. Ultra long socket goes over. Get out the handy dandy impact again and give her the beans. This is a reverse thread nut as well, so this needs to go righty-loosey. So we did already kind of crack it free. Oh, this is also righty-loosey to get your adapter off. And then your drive sprocket can come right off. Usually they come off pretty easily, even if they have a little bit of rust on them, but bada bing, bada boom. All right, so next up we do have to get the driven sprocket off the rear wheel. We're just gonna rip that off right quick, and then we'll be able to get the sprocket mounted on there. And there you go, off. You can clean up those threads, get our sprocket over here, get that set. We're gonna need new hardware because these ones have a shoulder to them. We're not gonna be needing a shoulder on these. So we'll grab some new hardware, get those cleaned up, get some Loctite, keep rolling. All right, so see, just like that, we do want to get all that old Loctite out of there. So that way when we put the new hardware in, new Loctite, everything stays tight as it should, nothing backs out. All right, so we did decide on going with the Super Sprocket in the rear. We got our front sprocket on here. We did just bust out the straight edge, make sure everything is in line, and it is. Now we can go ahead and start the reassembly. Red Loctite on the nut, going onto the sprocket, and then we'll get our collar in there, get the rest of it back together. All right, so on the chain kit here, we did have to get in some bolts for the bike. We did get them in for the rear sprocket here. Got everything back together. Pretty simple process. Just kind of do what you did, reverse. Got to bolt that sprocket on, cut your chain down to size. One quick tip on that, you want to make sure your adjusters, make sure the adjusters are kind of all the way forward before you cut your chain. You don't want to cut a chain too long and then run out of adjustment room on the adjusters there. Speaking of, we did get on the Cruzy Originals adjusters there, the axle lock kit. That also features on this side the actual lock piece itself, goes into the swing arm, prevents it from crushing, gives you good torque on that. So we got all of our brake caliper mounted back up. Everything looks real good. You always want to check your clearance, check your alignment down the chain. But other than that, folks, rocking and rolling. We did decide to go with the Super Sprocket. This is an aluminum carrier with a steel chain ring. And what this is going to allow is for a lighter sprocket, still giving you that good durability on the outer chain ring itself. So check it out.